Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm in Brazil with a lot of incredible juniper, and today with Francisco and the team, we're gonna graft all these incredible material. First of all, we're gonna mark the places where we wanna graft for reference, and we put the knob in the position we wanna graft. Okay, so we analyze the tree, we look which one is the front, and then we mark where we want to graft it. These will be approach graft using plants. Generally, I try to graft the base on the branches, so I can use the rest to create a gin and shari.
Esse aqui para botar mais grosso, ó.
Ah, perfetto. We always have to study the material before and analyze which one can be the best front, and imagine 4 points for graft. First branch, second branch, depth, and apex. If we can guarantee these 4 points, then we can build easier a bonsai one day when the material would be totally grafted. We can even do it with less graft, but if we can guarantee these 4 points, that would be a good start to have a tree in the correct path. For grafting, we need a lot of material. We start with some good grafting knife to enter in the trunk. We need cut paste. We need tape, either grafting tape and normal tape for protection. And we need that every single object is very, very clean. We fix the plant to the base of the big one. So when we graft, we don't have problem of moving. It's to be nice and steady. And then we have already the branches coming in the different position that we plan to graft for the lower part. Francisco Correa, using a good knife and a hammer, open a big cut
into the mother plant to be able to insert the whip of the Itoigawa. It's very important that the cut is nice and clean in order to receive the whip of the Itoigawa perfectly. Now on the whip, Francisco is gonna remove the bark in the two sides that are gonna compact the cambium of the mother plant in order to have the perfect match. So the inner side and the outer side. Doing that, we are sure that there is a good contact between the two plants and the mother plant can start feeding the little whip, and so generally in 1 year time we can be able to separate it from the mother plant. It's always better to approach graft towards the top, so having the whip coming from a lower position and going to an upper position, because there is more sap flowing from the bottom to the top and is easier and faster to make the match. It's very important to seal perfectly the cut between the mother plant and the whip. We don't want to have any loss of sap or water from the section that is just grafted. That will ensure the perfect match and the fast contact between the two parts. Here you can see a graft that was done last year. This was the part coming in, and this is the part coming out, and now is nice and strong and was already separate from the original plant, and now can start growing. It's always very important after this stage, when we're gonna move these and start styling, protect this section from detaching from the mother plant. Here we can see a couple of examples on the transition. Here we have the grafted foliage with the new branches, and still the original foliage at the end these whips. So we already start removing the original foliage from inside outside, and the next step will be in a few months, when these will be stronger now, and remove totally these branches and only have the new foliage on the tree. The same is for this other juniper. You can see the graft very nice and strong in the lower part, and still some of the original foliage on top of Blue Alps, and this was grafted Itoigawa. So now the Itoigawa is strong enough and we can remove the original foliage. Here a couple of juniper where we already remove the original foliage, and now the tree is totally Itoigawa, and in a few months it will be ready for styling. Again, another example. Formosana juniper, grafted Itoigawa. 2 years after removing the original foliage. Now the tree is fully Itoigawa and ready for styling. Another approach, grafting perfectly successful, and you can see how easy is this process to change the dress of a tree for a not suitable type of foliage to a very good type of foliage like Itoigawa, and basically everyone can do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you at the next.